Hi, this is Hannah Tan from the Moodie Davitt Report, reporting live from the TFWA World Exhibition and Conference in Cannes. I'm with Mark Johnson, who is president of Kao Cosmetics, Americas, Middle East, and Africa, to talk about the debut of KBB Beauty here in Cannes. So, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. We're thrilled to be back in Cannes. This is actually the second year that Molten Brown has been present in the center, but really happy this year to be back with our sister brand, Sunsei, which is really our debut of Kao beauty brands for Kao, and that's really about where our organization is bringing some of our portfolio and some of our more prestige brands together to really drive our global footprint.
So this is an important milestone, obviously, the presence of Sensai and Molten Brown in the same exhibition space officially. Can you tell me a little bit more about the global expansion of Kao Beauty brands?
Sure. So Kao Corporation in Japan really has taken a look at their business and really understands that if we want to really drive our global footprint outside of Japan, which is really our home market, that we really need to look at those sectors and those brands that have the most potential to really drive that global footprint in terms of presence. So thrilled to say that earlier this year, cosmetics as a whole was identified as a real growth driver for Kao. And particularly within prestige, we've realized that two particular brands, Molten Brown and Sunsai, are those real brands that we see that really have the opportunity and the potential to expand their footprint globally.
What role do you think travel retail plays in that global expansion?
So the reality of it is I almost sort of hate when people start asking me that question about roles and channels and what specific role do they play. And that's really because the consumer, if we look at it from a consumer perspective, they don't really care anymore. Those lines, we used to talk about digital and physical being, the lines becoming blurred, but the reality of that entire multi-channel experience is now completely blurred. So if we look at the travel retail experience of even, a decade ago, where it was literally just very transactional products on shelf, if you walked through, cleared security and walked through the airport. Now, if you look at some of these airports, they're just absolutely magnificent, and the retail environments that they've created are some of the most prestigious, beautiful retail experiences you can imagine. And what's really interesting for me is that within the industry, the consumer anymore doesn't really differentiate between the experience, the service, the consultation that they would get on traditionally a high street standalone store versus the experience that they now expect to receive in an airport environment. So it really has shifted, and it's that role of that channel is just as bit as important as the traditional channel of a physical flagship store.
I mean, there's definitely has been a lot of changes in the travel retail channel as of late. And one of the biggest changes we've noticed is the boom of fragrances. And obviously, with a brand like Molten Brown, you're very well equipped to leverage these trends. Can you give me some insight about what you think about fragrances acceleration? Do you think it's going to slow down? What do you think are the biggest trends you think that will influence this category in the future?
All of the insights, all of the data, all of the consumer engagement that we're getting tells us that there's going to be, four real main category drivers for premium cosmetics and personal care. Number one being skincare, number two being fragrances, and that's in terms of cash value as well as percentage. Three is color cosmetics, and then body. So again, really good news for us as a group, as a portfolio, because that is where we play. Premium skincare, premium fragrances, color, body care. So we're sitting exactly in the space we should be sitting in to really bring some value to our travel retail partners.
So now that you're back in Cannes, obviously, as Kao Beauty, what's the big focus for you?
The big focus for us as a group is really trying to understand, again, I go back to that idea of value and partnership, and how can we really work with our travel retail partners and operators to bring a sense of value that many others aren't able to bring. And that's really through our multi-channel, multi-touch point brands that we have. But first and foremost, again, is the emphasis, the investment, the resources we're putting behind not focusing on transaction, but really focusing on how do we build that customer lifetime value? How do we really begin to engage with a consumer to really build a relationship with them that isn't just about travel retail, isn't just about the high street, isn't just about digital. it just plays a part of that 360-degree approach.
And I think that's definitely the way that brands, not just brands, but also retailers and airports should approach everything in the future. So thanks for all those insights, Mark. I wonder if you can leave us a final message for the industry.
I think what I would offer is that it's a really exciting time to be a part of the industry, in the sense that we really have this opportunity right now to redefine what travel retail experience looks like and what it can be. And I think that's just a really exciting time for all of us, all brands, to play a part in how we really evolve that channel.
Thank you so much, Mark, and thank you for watching.